hit the dance floor.
Come on!
Hey guys, it's Chuck here, bringing you a battle from the TPX Zat chat. I had this probably a while back versus the Plonkerboy900. I believe I've seen him once on PNP Beta. But we decided to have a battle, and I decided to bring in my Ninetales, my Drought Ninetales, just because I wanted something to counteract weather in case he brought weather. But anywho, on to the battle. He brings on the lead Ambipom, and I'm like, Terrakion, alright. Obvious fake out is obvious fake out. I can take it fairly decently, right? No, it does a bit more than I thought it would, because it's Life Orb. I, being playing right there, decided to go for the Stone Edge, not the Sacred Sword, because the Sacred Sword would have annihilated that thing. Because look, I live with 14 HP for that Seed Bomb. I'm like, oh dear God, and I should have went for the Earthquake, because I didn't predict anything right here at the very beginning. I just did nothing but wrong predictions here at the very beginning. And I do a good bit for Sacred Sword being not very resistant, but still, I didn't want to lose my Terrakion that quick. So now I go on to my Icy Hot, my KYUREM. This is actually an all-out special attack KYUREM. As he correctly predicts the Blizzard, I don't miss, and I'm like, wow. Alright, now this is where the Focus Blast war story. I miss, he misses. I don't miss. No, I miss again. He misses again. And now I finally hit, and I'm like, come on, crit, something. Hope to God he's not in. I believe that's his special defense. No, he lives. And he goes for a Focus Blast, and I'm like, oh dear God, this is gonna hurt. This might kill me. And it almost does. Look, I go down to 30 HP. I'm like, oh dear God. I was like, I couldn't go for a Dragon Pulse, but Focus Blast stands a better chance of killing. And I was like, KYUREM, if you miss, I swear I will not use you for a very long time. And it doesn't miss, and I'm like, woohoo! Because that just completely takes him out. I'm like, good God, thank you. As now he goes back onto Ambipom, and I'm predicting the obvious fake out. So I go into my Chandelier, and obviously he's going to take it like a boss because it doesn't affect it. And I know I'm going to be able to force the switch here. As I do, he goes out into Hydreion, and I went straight for the Fire Blast, which does like a decent bit. I mean, it does almost half. It looks like it did almost half. So I now go back out to Icy Hot for Death Plotter, because I want to see if it's Scarf. Maybe it'll lock something Dragon Meter, and he actually goes for the Dark Pulse, because he's sitting in the TPX that chat. I almost call it DPX, that he thought I was going to predict that. So I go into my Tails Doom to invoke the Drought, so I don't know why. I was thinking, alright, I should go to the Dark Pulse, and I do, and I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, which is enough to take out that Hydreion, whatever. So now he's going to go into his Beast Frame, and I could have Solar Beamed here, but I didn't want the random the WTF he lived. So I go into Infidel, correctly predicting this Earthquake, and I'm going to go for the Air Slash. I'm going to get that classic crit flinch. Well, no, crit. I don't get the flinch, but it pretty much would have been the same since he missed with Stone Edge. I go for Aura Sphere, and that is enough. It does enough to take out his Beast Frame. So I'm like, go Infidel. As he goes down to Sizzler, I'm like, okay, I'll just stay in, do some damage, fodder pretty much. Maybe it's not a Choice Banded set, but turns out it is a Choice Banded set because of how much it did. And the fact that I don't see any other item. It might be Akka. It probably wasn't Choice Banded because I think Choice Banded probably does a little bit more. So I go into my Mixed or Not, and I make a stupid play right here. I don't know why I didn't Fire Blast, because I have Fire Blast on this, because it is my mixed version of my Mixed or Not. And I went for the Dragon Dance. I was like, well, maybe I'll live a Bullet Punch, right? Because it did 165. No, I die, and I'm like, great, I just lost my Salamence. Freaking A. So now I go on to Chandelier, knowing I can take a Bullet Punch like a boss. And at this point, I'm now completely locked in as it being banded, but I miss with Fire Blast, and he goes for another Bullet Punch. I'm like, this isn't good, and I miss with another Fire Blast. I'm like, oh my God. At this point, I'm rolling my eyes, I'm QQing, and I don't miss with Fire Blast this time, and I'm like, finally, and he's like, oh God. Because at this point, all he has left is Nidoking and Ambipom, and I know I outspeed Nidoking. So Nidoking dies to a Fire Blast. I thought about going Hidden Power Ground, but Stab, Fire Blast goes to 180 versus 140. And he goes for the Seed Bomb. I'm like, oh my god, I live with 7 HP. I'm like, woo! Don't you miss with Fire Blast. And I don't miss. And it takes out Ambipom. So good game, Plonkerboy900. Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Check out his channel. And, well, peace.